Yes, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let us know how you're getting on. Give us your questions, your comments, everything else in the chat, and let's get talking about who Manchester United might try to be signed this season. It feels like the season's over, doesn't it? It feels like this is now like close season. We've still got an FA Cup final to play this week. Doesn't feel like it. Feels like it's over, it's done, but it also feels like we haven't fully started to. So you can hear myself talking. It doesn't feel like we've fully started looking for where we're going to go next season yet. It doesn't feel like those transfer rumours have really started to kick in. We do have a few, and I'm going to get into those. Let's start now, actually. So, Sports Witness are saying that United are looking at Aït-Nouri, or Aït-Nouri even. That is our preferred left-back choice, and we're also looking at starred Brestios's Bradley Locko. Both players are 22. Seemingly, that's an area of interest for United. You're looking at around 20 million there for Locko. Not sure what Aït-Nouri is going to be. But is that the sort of left-back to take us forward? What does that mean for Malacia? What does that mean for Luke Shaw? Would either of them be first choice ahead of Luke Shaw? Does it mean Luke Shaw's going? Would it mean that Malacia is just back up even once he gets fit? It's a bit of a weird level of signing, I think. It's not an obvious first choice, I don't think. It's a questionable first choice, and I wonder, is this United trying to tick as many boxes as we need to in terms of the areas that have to be improved without spending loads and loads and loads of cash to do it? Lucas in the comments says, young enough to be understudy to Shaw for a season or two. Akash says, Luton left back has been linked. Ross says, good morning. Good morning. Daniel says, is it true Ineos are aiming to move quickly on transfers? There's been a little bit of a talk about that, yeah. But whether or not that's the case, obviously, we do not know. Andrew says, what about Robinson from Fulham? I think he's been pretty good, actually. Yeah, I'll give you that one. Verti Joe says, good afternoon. It's not afternoon yet, mate. Hope you're well and having a good day. It's been all right so far. Not really done a lot, I'm going to be honest with you. So that's always a good day, isn't it? Dean says, Luke Shaw has to go. Just too unreliable. Has a good 18-month in 9 years. The injuries with Luke Shaw really have called it a day for him, I think, haven't they? So I think that's something that does have to get... In fact, actually, let me know from the chat. Luke Shaw, keep or sell? Luke Shaw, keep. Luke Shaw, sell. Let me know in the chat. Let's see what you guys are saying. Armsy says, who would be a realistic left-back target for United? Well, do you know what? I think we should do that video. I'm going to write that down, because I think that's a good video for us to do. So, left-back shortlist. Done. Written down in the old trusty field notes, but we are ready to rock and roll. Right then. Brian says, good morning. So we've got sell, keep. What do I think of Rio's comments? I've got Rio's comments. We'll talk about those. Sell, keep. Very mixed, actually. Deck, if you're listening, can you throw us a poll up, please? And let's have a look at what everyone thinks. We'll do a poll. Luke Shaw, keep or sell. There we go. Righty then. We'll see how that one comes out. Dennis says, Sel, have you watched Bologna Juve yesterday? I didn't actually know. Calafiore has proven he is a must for us. Left centre back, left wing back, left-footed Sergio Ramos regen. Let's have a look. Let's have a look then. Is he a Sergio Ramos regen? Totally mixed on the Luke Shaw keep or sell. I wonder how it's going to pan out. We'll find out in a bit, won't we then? So, Di Natale, exclusive agent for Juve, has come out and are saying that Manchester United, Bayern Munich and Aston Villa are interested in signing Rabiot. Is this the third summer on the bounce that United have been looking at signing Rabiot? His contract expires this summer. He's already held talks with Juventus, or he's about to hold talks with Juventus to discuss his future. Why do we keep getting linked with him? Now, I think he's a pretty solid player. Obviously, he's a regular starter for France, which is a hell of a midfield to force your way into. There's obviously some qualities that people like about him. Given the absolute dire requirement for players, would you take him? Take him or leave him? Rabiot, let me know in the comments what you're saying. Take him or leave him. Rabiot, take him or leave him. What are we saying? And where are we up to with the Luke Shaw vote? Let me have a look. It's 54% keep, 46% sell. Totally split. 53-47. Really, really, really split from keep Luke Shaw or sell Luke Shaw. That's actually really interesting. Ross says deck from Ant and Deck. We've got leave him, leave him, leave him, leave him. All right, not many people saying. LDT says you'll see a lot of free transfer options linked with United due to the huge turnover expected this summer. I agree with that. I think that's exactly what we're going to see this summer, is a lot of people linked with United that are on the free transfer list, and I don't necessarily think it's too bad, I think. Bruno says leave him. Seems like drama we don't need. I also agree with that a little bit. Rabiot for free would be a good Eriksen replacement. Tiny Pixel Gangster says, why would we keep a player that can't keep fit, regardless of how we feel about it? Best ability is availability for us right now. It's a solid point. Alex says, Casemiro, Eriksen, Wan-Bissaka, McTominay, Anthony need to leave the club before Shaw does. When he's fit, he's a problem to a higher level all round than these blokes. But the problem is he's never fit, is he? That's the problem with Luke Shaw. That is fundamentally the problem that you have with him. We are now at 50-50. Keep and sell. 50-50. Get voting in the poll, in the chat. It's 50-50 right now. Steve says, leave Rabiot. Seems like a problem, and he's already honey-dicked us for a new contract once. Jew says, take him. We need players with character and attitude, players with a dog in them, not nonchalant players. Dylan says, I'd sign Rabiot and Tosin. The free market could be huge. On a free, would I take Rabiot? I would. I'm not saying 100% yes, but I would lean towards yes. Yeah, I might be like 50-60% yes. I'd lean towards it. I think you're going to need some free transfers this summer, just to balance the books and balance the squad. Actually, I think you're going to need them. I wouldn't give them long contracts though. I would not give them long contracts in the slightest. You've got them for free. Risk losing them for free. I don't think it's a massive drama. Would I take? This is Vertigo says, Steve, would you take Che Adams, Gabby, or Luka Jovic on a free to back up to Højlund? Yeah. I would, actually. Yeah. I absolutely would, yeah. Harsh says, selling Shaw isn't honestly our biggest concern. I definitely agree with that, yeah. It's just that, we're looking at left-back, so what's the situation with that? Craig Harris says, maybe have a training plan for Shaw like RVP had. Maybe traditional training is too much for him. It's a good point, well made. Got a super chat from Akash says, I'd keep Shaw and convert him to a left centre-back because, let's be real, nobody's giving Shaw 150 grand a week. In terms of left-backs, I'd look at Dorgu or Bard from Nice. Chris says, realistically, he won't be going this summer. If clubs are doing their due diligence, the injury record will make him a no-go. Good point. All right, then. Rio's comments on Ten Hag's future. He says, the more and more I think about it, win or lose, I don't think Ten Hag will be there next season. Not saying that's what I want. I'm just saying that's what I believe is going to happen, and I believe the club are going to look elsewhere. I don't think winning the FA Cup changes anything in the eyes of Ineos. Not spoken to anyone there. It's just an assumption. This is what I think. It's interesting that Rio's coming out and said that when, even though they've not explicitly said so, I think when you look at the way Keane and Rooney and Gary Neville are acting and the things Ineos have said themselves, they feel like they're leaning towards the manager will be there next season. My own take on it is entirely 50-50, and I actually don't think winning the FA Cup adds or takes away from it if we don't. I think it's purely 50-50. I would like to think that they've made a decision on what's happening next season, but I don't know if they have yet. Like, I find that I don't think we've gone and got De Zerbi, but I do find the timing of the De Zerbi stuff and the fact that they're trying to keep it secret for where he's going a little bit suspicious. Like the club is maybe still got a very important game that they want to play, so don't want to let the cat out the bag. That's what it feels like, doesn't it? And the speculation, like going into the final game of the season, there's been almost nothing spoken about in terms of who's our manager going to be. And when you look at these two left backs that we've been linked to here, where is like the big signings? Where's here's how we're going to fix. We're losing centre halves. We need centre halves. Where's like the superstar centre half signing that we're being linked to? Because we're not even being linked to it. And I wonder, is that because we've not got the manager in place yet who can go and finish those signings? Everything's being done very secretly, which I like. I do like that. I don't think there's any positives under the Woodward era that they genuinely thought there was positives to dragging out. I mean, just look at the fucking Sancho acquisition for starters. But they felt that there was positives to being in the media and the news cycle. And for us United fans, it's fucking tiring. I would much rather they don't say nothing and they go, surprise, bitch. There you go. That's who we've got. I can see that being beneficial for us in terms of how we go about signing our players. But there's not even been the speculation that there normally is. No, I don't know if that's just going to kick into gear. Maybe the journalists are all too busy trying to get up and down Jurgen Klopp's pole, because that's what it feels like. Some of the stuff that I've seen about Jurgen Klopp this week has been absolutely hilarious. There was a guy earlier, Brian sent it into our little group, about they're comparing him to the way he speaks to fucking Barack Obama. What am I hearing? Anyway, on De Zerbi, certainly preferable to Southgate and Potter, 1,000,000%. Where do you stand? De Zerbi yes, De Zerbi no. What we saying? De Zerbi yes, De Zerbi no. De Zerbi yes, De Zerbi no. What we saying? Brian says, what's almost more important than the players what players go is the players we bring in. We need the right players, the right mentality and attitude. We need leaders. Been said for a long time, hasn't it? It's also true, though. Rasmus says, Ross Barkley to Villa, though. Should we not have him as a rotation? Be a decent option. Had a good season this season, hasn't he? Manchester Maverick says, it's nuts that we can sell, let go of Varane, Casemiro, Eriksen, Martial and Sancho and save $1.5 million a week. Yeah. Howard says, so tired of transfer sagas, just want announcements that we had to sign X, Y, or Z. It's good, isn't it, that, yeah. Rasmus says, do a poll on him. Yeah, Deck, finish this poll. Where are we at on this poll? Let's see where this poll's at. It's 53% sell on Luke Shaw. Let's do a new poll on De Zerbi. A lot of people saying no on De Zerbi. I actually thought it'd be a lot more in favour of De Zerbi. To be honest, I'm out of all the options we've seen, realistic options we've seen, De Zerbi is probably the one that I would go, okay, if you get rid of Ten Hag, De Zerbi makes sense. Otherwise, I'd rather we kept Ten Hag. King Fire says, as long as it's not Potter or Southgate. So if we finished on 52% of people saying sell Luke Shaw, 47% saying keep. That doesn't add up. That's 1% missing, but okay. Abhinav says, we De Zerbi better. Like it. Well played. Anonymous says, has De Zerbi actually been good this season? He's not, but they've also been battered with injuries in a similar way to we have. So if it's all right for De Zerbi, it should be all right for Ten Hag, surely, right? That's how it works, but, we'll see. Right, the De Zerbi to United, yes or no? That poll is in the chat. Let me know what you're thinking on that front. De Zerbi to AC Milan. Rajat says, what about McKenna? I think he's been linked with Brighton, actually. Saw that before. Gareth says, De Zerbi wanted more say on transfers, won't get at that United. Supposedly not, actually, yeah. Supposedly not. De Zerbi would be too honest like Ragnick, maybe. What about Thomas Tuchel? I'd go with De Zerbi over Tuchel, actually, whether that's right or wrong. BD3 says, McKenna, Steve, thoughts? I don't think McKenna for United just yet. I think he needs to do it at a bigger club. But if he keeps the trajectory that he's on, he absolutely will find himself in that conversation very, very soon, for sure. What is the poll saying? No, 77% on De Zerbi. I'm honestly, I'm a bit shocked. I didn't expect that. I'm genuinely honest. Where is Allegri going? Says Tyler. That's a good point. I haven't seen anybody linked with Allegri. Doesn't that smell a little bit like a Chelsea appointment to anyone else? Volta Producer says, hard to build on any success when the club policy is to sell your best players every year. That's why he's leaving in the first place. Yeah, maybe that's what he's thinking. Maybe it's not more say on transfers coming in. Maybe it's more say on don't sell my best players for hundreds of millions and then don't give me any money to reinvest. Anywho, one more. So, Plattenberg is saying Tuchel has made the decision to either take a break or move to the Premier League in the summer. Those are the two possible concrete destinations for Tuchel. Manchester United or Chelsea, or take a break. Loose talks have started. What's everyone's thoughts on that one? Keith says, De Zerbi just a new bright, shiny thing. I don't think he is. I think he's proven bits at more than one club, so I think he can safely assume that he's a bit more like that. Galvatron, would McKenna not prove himself more if he actually stayed at Ipswich and kept them up? Yes and no. I think a little bit like, I mean, Vincent Kompany's just been linked with Bayern Munich last night, very strongly linked with Bayern Munich last night. And I think a little bit like Burnley. Burnley's squad was not a Premier League level squad. And what he did with them last year is he got them playing above what they were. They still might have been playing above what they were, but what they were was never good enough for the Premier League. So that could be the same with Ipswich. He's got them double promoted. A lot of those players are League One players. There's a very, very real chance that no matter what McKenna does, that squad won't be good enough for the Premier League next season anyway. So it might be the best for him to get that double promotion and then abandon ship before it goes down, because it's going down. Mike with a super chat there says, great content as usual. Ten Hag is either a master poker player or he knows he's staying, backed up by Bayern interest that went away super quick. I tend to agree. He's going to look mental if he goes, because he's really making the noises that he's sticking around, isn't he? Anyway, I'm going to keep it short and sweet today. Let me know how it's going down. Cheers everyone who's tuned in. Make sure to subscribe. We're going to get bang into some shortlists and transfer options and who we think might be good fits for United and this, that and the other, all in the coming weeks. So take it easy and I'll catch you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want